Listen, we all have to do things that we don't know how to do before we know how to do them. Does doing things or needing to do something without having all the pieces together make you anxious? Do you feel like you need to know everything before you can get started, or you have to know everything so that you don't make a mistake, get in trouble, or mess up things? Now, if you're watching this and you're not in the hashtag Grow Your Life community, be sure to join that group. It's a free group. Follow the Grow Your Life podcast. And if you have any questions or comments in this, leave them below or text the number on the screen. And be sure to follow me if this is the first time seeing this. Now, for you to reach your goals in life and in business, you have to get to a point where we don't need to know everything before moving forward. Now, that's easier said than done because I get it. There's anxiety that comes in when we don't have all the answers. We feel like we need to know it all to be safe. We felt like we have to have all the right answers before we can even get started with something. And when I'm coaching people, this is often a big root cause of what keeps them stuck moving forward, keeps them stuck taking action, keeps them thinking about what they want to do, coming up with good ideas, but not moving forward, not moving the needle in the right direction. And so we have to almost look at the root of where is that anxiety coming from. There's usually a single root cause that we have made as a framework in our life. Many times it's not been safe for us to make mistakes. Big indicator right there. Maybe it's that we made a big mistake because we didn't have all the answers. And so these past experiences, when it comes time to doing something new that we've never done before, maybe it's a business, maybe it's posting a question on a social media post, texting a number on a screen like that, right? Like I'm saying, anything like that. We get anxiety because we don't know how it's all going to work out. And so we avoid that pain, that anxiety of doing an action, even if it's a very simple action. Many times this is why people don't stay committed to workouts or building their business and doing something, even if they have a path, even if they have a plan, a strategy that's proven to get results, they don't take the first step forward because of that anxiety. And so this is where we have to disempower the anxiety from controlling us. And this comes by identifying the root and telling ourselves the truth about where that came from and the truth about what will happen if we do it. Many times there's a belief that we have, if I do this, then what happened before is going to happen again. So I better make sure that what happened in the past never happens again. This is the cycle. This is the vicious cycle that we get in of repeatedly avoiding trying new things, avoiding what's going to help move us forward. I see this at all levels of business and with coaching people. Multimillionaires do this. People getting started do this. I do this. You do this. We all do this. This is not anything that we are immune to, but there are people, the most successful people, create a framework for themselves to move past this roadblock quicker than people that are just trying to. So that's kind of what it is your fear is not going to disappear, but you need to develop a courage framework, a framework for you that when you come face to face with that anxiety, that you don't allow it to control you and you keep pressing forward. You do it scared. Have you ever heard that phrase, do it scared? This is where that comes from. For us to reach our goals in business, we have to step out and do things even when we're scared to do them. And this is what separates success from failure. If you don't know how to do that, this is where there's great books on this topic. This is where sometimes having a therapist helps, having somebody you can talk to about things, processing things. If you're the only person you're talking to and you're in your head all the time, you're going to keep repeating and verifying to yourself the belief that you're trying to get out of. So that doesn't help us. But if we can find somebody that's been there before or worked with people like us to help coach and mentor us to get to the next level, we can get a framework and a path that will help us move the needle forward. There's many different people like that. talented people. Oftentimes, if we're very critical of ourselves, we allow criticism to come in from other people, and we keep that criticism cycle going. So we need to silence that criticism just a little bit. I know it's scary to think of silencing it completely, which is why I want to encourage you just a little bit. Baby steps. One step forward. This is why I encourage people when they're making a plan in their business to do something that involves finances, making money, that if they're trying to come up with a million steps along the way, break it down to just step 1 and 2 and focus on those. Even though you don't have the rest figured out, do what's in your present moment right now, and then the next step, and plan that next step really well. When you can do this, this is what will help you get to step 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, if you've not done this before, there can be anxiety that comes in doing this, but the practice of taking action in the face of fear is going to develop confidence in you that this will work. And so many of you watching this right now need to develop that confidence in doing something scared, doing it without having all the pieces together. If you can develop that in little areas in your life, find some safe areas, right? Because many times we think about, oh man, I could never do it in this big area, but find some safe areas. Find little tweaks that you haven't done this in and try it in those areas. And what that's going to do is that's going to directly impact and affect these financial, income, and business areas that you're trying to have breakthrough in. This week, figure out an area where you can do something without having all the pieces together, plan out just the first or second step, and take action in those areas, and watch what happens. It'll start to develop confidence in you that you can do this more consistently. You'll have better focus. We won't be so worried on what we can't control, and we'll start to progress towards our goals. So, grow your life, everybody, and we'll talk soon.